Today, in this demo, we're going to look at how to use Microsoft Copilot and Power Apps to look at the security threat detection details and provide insights to the CISO or the security analyst. We'll be using a data source coming from various systems in terms of threat detection detail, the severity clusters, and so on and so forth. Let's assume that you have data from SQL DB or Azure Synapse or Dataverse. We plug that into Power Apps as a Canvas apps and provide that to the security specialist to do an quick analysis using the Copilot AI feature that is available from the Microsoft stack. What you see here is a Power Apps Canvas apps, and we have integrated Copilot onto it, and the Dataverse is storing those security threat details. Let's get into the app and see how it works together. So once I click on the app and I get in here, as you can see, there are a couple of pages here. One is the security detail itself on your right side as a container. And onto the left, I've introduced the Copilot solution. I'm keeping it in an edit mode so that you can have a look at how this all works together. And we will also see where the data source is loaded and what kind of data source has been used in this sample. For example, if I need to query those data here on the right side, as you can see, you would get millions and millions of data. It is very time consuming, and it's not easy for people who work in the security team to know what is the severity one bug or the cluster that's gone down or the threat and the alerts that's coming through. So with Copilot, they could quickly query and know the details. And that's only step one. The step two would be how they could take next best action based on the severity that's coming in. For that, you could use Power Automate to send automatic alerts and email. I would not be covering the step two, but I would be covering the step one in this particular demo here. So we have millions of record here loaded in Dataverse. It's all a scan report of various systems, the security scan, if you will. And if I need to talk to Copilot and ask for certain details, the system would provide those answers using the AI Copilot. For example, let's keep asking some questions that is relevant to the security analyst job. I'm just asking it to list out the clusters which are severity in nature. As you can see, it goes and searches across those data sources and provides those detail which is relevant and which is actionable for the security analyst or the team member who is part of the security team. As you can see, it says there are total three critical clusters, and it also gives you the name of those clusters. Now think about this, searching it within millions of data sets. That's not easy, right? You could have this data in Excel sheet and do a quick search, but putting this in an app so that the user can, quickly look into those details. Now let's go ahead and ask a few more questions and see how the Copilot answers with. I'm asking it to provide the list of clusters with a score of 9.7 and above. As you can see here in some of those sample records, it's about 9.8 is what you see in most of those clusters. So it provides the details, again, based on the query that the user gives. And it also lists the top three clusters so they can review and take the next actions. Let's give it a couple more questions, and then I will jump into how this was built. And it's very easy, step by step. Drag and drop of those feature sets in the Canvas app. Let's ask which container has, for example, lots of severity critical items. And it says, Grafana dash 6 is the container, which has a lot of critical uh, items in terms of severity. And if you want to drill more into it, we can ask the Copilot to show the details of the container. And then it provides those insights in terms of the top three records of that particular container and the minimum and maximum value of those scores, as you can see on your left hand side here. And we'll ask one more question and then I'll show you quickly how this app was built. So, in case you want to ask the details of certain cluster, for example, let's pick this one, the CVID. And it provides those details in terms of where it has been found and how many images and the clusters and this the associated severity for that particular item. And you can converse with this copilot and get those insights real time in a quick fashion. And this is plugged into the Power Apps, and you could integrate these Power Apps into your SharePoint sites or in your internal web portal as well. So the users who benefit from this particular use case doesn't have to really have an idea of the data sets that's at the background. They can pretty much use the app and query those data sources, and you could use role IDs to give them necessary access. Read is probably more than enough if they just want to have a look at what's going on in the system. But if you want to provide an admin access, that's totally fine. If they have to take the next best action based on the report that's coming in and how the copilot is providing them the details. So now, as the next step, I just want to show you, how this app was built, and I'm still on the edit mode, so it's easy for me to quickly show you how it is built. Have a Canvas app. You just need the data source. As you can see here, I have the security reports loaded in Dataverse. We can take a look at the data as well. So it's in a table format. The advantage of using Dataverse is you can bring in as much as size of data and have row level security and granular access control, as well as you could bring in structured and unstructured data sources. Plus, you could also integrate with Microsoft Fabric for reporting engine. This demo is not more about Dataverse, but just want to give you an idea, how quickly you could import those data into Dataverse. As you can see, I have like tons of data here, and load that into Power Apps, Canvas apps out here. And then the only other next step that you have to do here is come to this screen and you have to insert Copilot. I have inserted the Copilot here. And if you click on Copilot, this is the one that I inserted for this demo. And point that Copilot data source to the report that we uploaded in Dataverse. Once that's done, you click on Publish the app and give it a few minutes, probably 5 to 10 minutes. And then the system should automatically provide you with the results that the Copilot is providing you, as we saw in the example just now. And that's a quick overview of how to use Copilot AI plus Power Apps and Dataverse datasets using the security threat data logs that we have, and provide the users with the ability to ask questions and get relevant answers. For more demos, please visit the blog site citizen.dev.ai, and there are steps that's been listed as well as a blog, and this would go into a video as well. Thank you for watching.